Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Kaliyuga Kalpataru. Fourth Delight. Sri Vyasa Yati Sarvabhouma. Chapter 23. Victory at Kanchipuram. Sri Vyasa Tirtharu was in deep discussion with his guru Sri Lakshmi Narayana Muni about the path of devotion and knowledge for attaining the favor of the Supreme Being. During this time, a group of scholars arrived to pay their respects to both Guru. Among them, a scholar named Govinda Krishnacharya humbly approached and said, "I have come to seek your blessings regarding a matter of great importance." Sri Lakshmi Narayana Muni replied, "Speak freely. I am pleased to hear from you." Govinda Krishnacharya explained, "O revered Swami, the situations for Madhvas in Kanchipuram has become dire. For the past 4 years, the Madhva scholars there have been struggling against opponents who propagate falsehood and criticize the Dvaita philosophy. These opponents, skilled in modern Nyaya and Mimamsa, have launched attack, labeling Dvaita as unorthodox and contrary to the teachings of the Sutrakaras. Our Madhva scholars, lacking expertise in contemporary styles of argumentation, have been unable to counter these claims effectively. This has tarnished the reputation of Dvaita philosophy in Kanchipuram, leaving Madhvas humiliated and unable to live with dignity. We have come to plead with you to intervene, restore the honor of Dvaita, and ensure that the Madhva community can thrive again." Hearing this, Sri Lakshmi Narayana Muni reassured him, saying, "Do not worry, your concerns will soon be addressed." Turning to Sri Vyasa Tirtharu with a smile, he continued, "Dear disciple, you hear the plea of the devout scholars from Kanchipuram. The time has come for you to embark on your Digvijaya, that is victory tour. Prepare yourself for this journey." Sri Vyasa Tirtharu, who has been awaiting his Guru's command, bowed and replied, "I accept your command, revered Guru, and shall dedicate myself to this mission." The scholars from Kanchi, thrilled with success of their plea, left with renewed hope. Preparations for Sri Vyasa Tirtharu's journey was made under Sri Lakshmi Narayana Muni's guidance. On an auspicious day, Sri Vyasa Tirtharu set out with a group of Madhva scholars, disciples and attendants, accompanied by the representatives from Kanchipuram. Before departing, he visited the famous temple of Sri Narasimha at Muribagalu, offered prayers, sought blessings from his Guru, and began his Digvijaya with great enthusiasm. Arrival in Kanchipuram. Kanchipuram was a renowned center of learning in South India, comparable to Kashi, Mithila, and Navadvipa in the north. The Vidyapita Academy here, patronized by King Sambhavaraja, had gained fame for its excellence. Although the king was inclined towards Advaita, he supported various schools of thought, including Vishishtadvaita and Dvaita, and was known for his scholarly patronage. Upon Sri Vyasa Tirtharu's arrival, King Sambhavaraja, recognizing his scholarship and reputation, received him with great respect. The Madhva community in Kanchipuram welcomed him with grand possessions, Vedic chants, and traditional honors. They seated Sri Vyasa Tirtharu in a palanquin and led him throughout the city in a ceremonial procession to a specially prepared matha. Confrontation with Kanchipuram scholars. After a few days, Sri Vyasa Tirtharu visited the Vidyapita, where he met the city's prominent scholars. Despite their outward cordiality, many of the scholars harbored resentment towards Sri Vyasa Tirtharu, as they perceived him as a threat to their intellectual dominance. Sri Vyasa Tirtharu, keenly aware of this intention, graciously invited them to a public debate at his matha. He said, "Esteemed scholars, the matha respects all shastras. Anyone wishing to demonstrate their expertise in any disciple is welcome to receive recognition and honor from us. We are here to uphold the legacy of Sri Madhvacharya, whose philosophy we are committed to establishing. I hope you will accept our invitation." Recognizing this as an opportunity to challenge Sri Vyasa Tirtharu and discredit Dvaita philosophy, the scholars eagerly accepted the invitation. They believed defeating this young ascetic would secure their own prominence. The debate began. Scholars from various disciples arrived at Sri Vyasa Tirtharu's matha to engage in debates. Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu, even humbled, allowed his disciples to address the initial arguments. When the discussions exceeded the disciples' capabilities, Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu would step in, meticulously analyzing and refuting the opponent's points with clarity, precision, and unparalleled scholarship. Day by day, Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu's brilliance became evident. His ability to deconstruct complex arguments, provide cogent counterpoints, and cite scriptural evidence in support of Dvaita philosophy left his opponents speechless. Even scholars from non-Vedic traditions like Buddhism and Jainism, as well as proponents of Advaita and Vishishta Advaita, attempted to challenge him, but ultimately conceded defeat. Trump over Advaita scholars. The climax of the debate occurred when the leading Advaita scholars of Kanchipuram accused Dvaita philosophy of being unorthodox and contrary to Vedic authority. A panel of mediators comprising eminent scholars were appointed to oversee the debate and determine its outcome. For several days, Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu engaged his scholars with extraordinary skill. He systematically refuted their objection, defended Dvaita philosophy principles, and demonstrated that Sri Madhvacharya's philosophy was in perfect harmony with the Vedas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, and other scriptures. His argument, supported by scriptural evidences and logical reasoning, silenced the Advaita scholars who acknowledged his intellectual superiority. The mediators declared Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu the victor, and the audience erupted in joyous applause. Scholars and devotees and onlookers celebrated his triumph, hailing him as the beacon of knowledge and a protector of Dvaita philosophy. Royal honors. King Sambhavaraja, deeply impressed by Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu's erudition and humility, decided to honor him with a grand ceremony. The citizens of Kanchipuram, inspired by Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu's scholarship and conduct, supported the king's decision. On the appointed day, Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu was paraded through the city on a royal elephant, accompanied by musicians, Vedic chants, and a jubilant crowd. The procession visited major temples, including those of Sri Vadiraja, Sri Ekambareshwara, and Sri Kamakshi, before culminating at the royal palace. In a grand assembly presided over by the king, Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu was seated on a golden throne and honored with gifts including gold, jewels, silk garments, and bejeweled Vyasapita. Scholars and dignitaries praised his unparalleled knowledge, debating prowess, and virtues. In his address, Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu humbly attributed his success to Srihari and Sri Vayu and expressed his gratitude to all present. This event marked a significant milestone in Sri Vyasaraja Tirtharu's Digvijaya, that is victory tour, establishing him as one of the foremost champions of Dvaita philosophy. His victory at Kanchipuram became a celebrated chapter in the history of Indian philosophy and a source of inspiration for future generation. Hari Om. Om Sri Krishnarpanamastu.